Anyways, I couldn't recollect. So, so there was a division in Congress. So some people were adopting violence methods to get independence. Other people were taking recourse of non-violence and other things, है ना? Communication, talks, discussion, silent protest like this. But the other people like Bhagat Singh, like Lal Balpal, Arvind Ghosh and others, है ना? They said कि no, मतलब we have to do something, some violence, because these people are not going to address our problem. Both of the philosophies are right. Both of the things actually helped us to get independence, and that is not our subject matter to discuss on. Anyways, so इसके बाद क्या हुआ? Indian Council Act of 1909. Why I discussed a bit history behind it? Because there was a lot of things which already India has faced and Britishers did. Now, keeping those things in mind, this time British Parliament will give some more power to Indian people just to keep them pacified that yes, we are doing something, है ना? So this was the background. Finally, the Act of Indian Council Act of 1909 came, and this act is also known as Morley-Minto reforms. What is Morley-Minto reform? Morley is the Secretary for State of India. Secretary of State for India. ठीक है? And Minto is the Viceroy. So this dual, Secretary of State Morley and Viceroy of India Minto. So this act is also called as Morley-Minto reform. ठीक है? And this act for the first time introduced direct election to Legislative Council. अब ये नहीं होगा कि नॉमिनेट करेंगे तब तुम जाओगे लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल में. नो, डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड. एंड इफ आई से डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन, इट मीन्स मोर डेमोक्रेसी. ठीक है? एंड ऑल्सो फर्स्ट, एंड इट वाज द फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट एट इंट्रोड्यूसिंग a representative and popular element. So for the first time Indians were given, not all Indians were given. Okay, so still women, poor people, socially backward classes, they were not given right to vote. Only influential people of the society, kings and moneylenders like this, they only got the right to vote for this election. But still at least we got this right, है ना? तो direct elections were introduced for the Legislative Council. And then what happened? It changed the name of Central Legislative Council to the Imperial Legislative Council. ठीक है? Name change हो गया. The member of Central Legislative Council was increased from 16. So earlier Legislative Council had only 5 members. Then it was increased to 16, and this time through Morley-Minto reform or through Indian Council Act of 1909, again the Legislative Council strength was increased to 60 members, 60. And it introduced a communal representation for Muslim. This is a bone of contention. Communal representation, communal award. This is not a lecture of history, otherwise it's a very, very, very important event in the history of India. This introduction of communal, communal representation of communal award. What it is? That is, Muslim will vote for Muslim and Hindu will vote for Hindu. Now the problem with this is, they actually succeeded to put such kind of mentality into Indian minds that there is a difference of religion and all. Earlier, if you just look to the profile of freedom fighters, we have Muslims also, we have Hindu also, we have Parsis also, we have all. But firstly, Britishers started divide and rule policy. That is, they will divide you on some kind of thing. That is, you are of this language, you are of this language. They finally divided Bengal, that is East Bengal and West Bengal. And now they have started to put this communal vengeance against each other. So now they introduced that Muslim will vote for Muslim and Hindu will vote for Hindu. So Gandhi ji protested against this also, that this communal award or communal representation will actually create disharmony amongst the people of India. Let us be Indian only. Don't what to say, don't just reduce us to a particular religious identity, but just treat us as Indian citizen. Anyways, so क्या हुआ, and Indians for the first time in Viceroy Executive Council. So earlier I told you that in Legislative Council Indians were nominated, only 2 Indians member was nominated, but they were non-official member. This time even in Executive Council Indians were admitted, and Satyendra Prasanna Sinha was the law member. So finally for the first time an Indian became a law member or a crucial member in the Executive Council of Viceroy. ठीक है? That was all about Indian Council Act of 1909. Next in row is Government of India Act 1919. Now, like the earlier act is called as Morley-Minto Act, same Government of India Act 1990 is also called as Montesquieu-Chelmsford Reform. Montesquieu, Secretary of State for India in Britain, Chelmsford, Viceroy of India. So this combination, this duel is called as Montagu-Chelmsford Reform. What happened? What crucial thing happened through this act? Firstly, the central subjects were demarcated and separated from those of provincial subject. At present we say na, it's a union list, it's a state list, it's a concurrent list. From here this started. So they for the first time they bifurcated and created 2 categories of list or subjects, that is central subject and state subject. ठीक है? Then the scheme of dual governance or diarchy was introduced in provincial subjects. ठीक है? Diarchy means 2 houses of the parliament, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So if you know, still in some of the states there are 2 houses of parliament. So in some state there is only 1 house, that is Vidhan Sabha. In other there is Vidhan Sabha, that is State Legislative Assembly, as well as the other house also. I just can't remember the exact terminology. है ना? So in some state there are still 2 houses, like we have at center, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. But in many of the states there is only 1 council, that is State Legislative Council. ठीक है? So diarchy was introduced. Then the act introduced for the first time bicameralism at center. Center पे भी introduce कर दिया, that is Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Legislative Assembly with 140 members, again increase the number of Legislative Council member, and Legislative Council with 60 members. Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. This is bicameralization, 2 houses. Legislative Assembly में 140 members है, Legislative Council में 60 member है. Bicameralization. ठीक है? Direct elections were there, and finally this act provided for the establishment of Public Service Commission. Still we have the same body with same phrase or nomenclature, that is Public Service Commission. It is still existing. The next act, which is very, very, very decisive act, and I can even say that our present Indian Constitution is 75% same of the next act, which is Government of India Act of 1935. ठीक है? So the next act in row is Government of India Act 1935, and present constitution is almost 75% of or if not present constitution, constitution of 1950 was almost 75% of this act only. So what important developments did this act introduce? So the act provided for the establishment of an all India federation consisting of the provinces and princely states as unit. So एक पूरा एक central body bani, that is all India federation. It has provinces and princely states as units, and from here comes the federal structure or federal nature of Indian state. ठीक है, that all the provinces, all the princely states are coming together and making an all India federation. Then three lists are introduced this time. Earlier there were two lists, union list and state list. This time the act divided the powers between center and the units mean princely state and provinces, and the units into items of three lists, that is federal list, provincial list and concurrent list. So at present provincial list is central list, federal list is at present federal list is union list, provincial list is state list and concurrent list is concurrent list only. ठीक है, so it is the outcome of this act, Government of India Act 1935, that we still have this division of three list. Anyways, I already told you that this is just 75% of Constitution of India of 1950. ठीक है, and then anything else for this? It provided for the establishment of federal court. So when we started this discussion, that is on making of the Indian Constitution, the very first we talked about is Regulating Act of 1773, है ना? And one of the crucial thing of that act was it established the apex court in Calcutta, है ना? Now the Government of India Act 1935 is establishing the federal court in Delhi. So this is the important development. And it abolished the Council of India. Okay, because now we have two houses. So Council of India got established. It declared India, yes, and with this act is over. Now we have another act in row, and finally I can say that we have reached to this act, that is Indian Independence Act of 1947. So don't ever be mistaken that out of nowhere on 14th night it was declared that we are leaving India. No, it was already mentioned in this act of Indian Independence Act of 1947 that India is a sovereign state, है ना? It declared, this act of 1947 declared India as an independent and sovereign state. It's a very good thing if we talk about India, that India never accepted dominion status. For example, Australia. Even Australia was colonized and still they have this title with their country name, the dominion of this and this India, Australia. So when you put dominion now, even though you are sovereign, but it doesn't give you that complete feeling of sovereignty. So we are not dominion of United Kingdom. No, we don't want this word. We want full autonomous state and full sovereignty. No more compromise, not even a 1%. That's why India as an independent and sovereign state. ठीक है? Then this Indian Independence Act of 1947 established responsible governments at both the center and provinces. ठीक है? So we already know that how, even though there was a lot chaos, there were lot protests, revolutions, satyagrahas, movements, Quit India movement, missions, what else was not there in India's freedom struggle? But still, if you officially see the transfer of power, the transition phase officially was very smooth. Like, uh, what was Mountbatten? Mountbatten handed over all the responsibility to the first viceroy, of India. That is, president of India. That is Rajendra Prasad, है ना? So, designated the Viceroy India. It was Viceroy of India, Rajendra Prasad, and then we started using the word President of India after election. ठीक है? And then, yes, so it was all about these acts. So we have altogether or somewhere around 10 acts which are very important to understand the making of Indian Constitution, है ना? Because with all these acts we got to know that what constitution we have at present. So these provisions were introduced by these acts at some point of time in past. That's why it's important to understand them. ठीक है? Then finally we got independence, and from here the story of Constituent Assembly starts. That how the Constituent Assembly was constituted, what was the strength of the Constituent Assembly, what was the election procedure, what about the debates, how they have finally framed the Indian Constitution, and everything. So it is a saga of almost 2 years, 11 months, 18 days. So this is the time period which was taken for making of Constitution of India 1950. That is 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, just 12 or 13 days short of 3 years. ठीक है? So the moment we got independence, from here the journey of Constituent Assembly started. So it is not like we got independence on 15th of August 1947 and immediately we have a constitution of our own to govern the country. No. We got the independence on 15th August 1947 and we adopted, enacted and gave ourselves this constitution on 26th of November 1949. So the question is, what happened in those years, during those years from 15th August 1947 to 26th November 1949. Okay, so this is a question. So this is all about Constituent Assembly, ठीक है, and our top leaders. So this we will discuss in next lecture, something about Constituent Assembly, and then finally we got our constitution and enforced our constitution, full constitution, on 26th January 1950, and then we conducted our first general election, and then we got our first elected government, parliament, after election or after 1952's first general election. So this was the history of making of Indian Constitution. Thank you so much, and I really want to mention this thing that I am here to just teach you or discuss these topics. ठीक है? So my method is the exact method which I used to have in my classrooms. ठीक है? So maybe I cannot use some kind of editing, or maybe I am not that quick, because my motto is to gradually build concept, and whatever I know is to just deliver you. So my aim is not to keep the video short. That is, I literally cannot tell you the whole history of making of Indian Constitution in 10 minutes or 20 minutes. So if you have no time to prepare for exam, or you are in a hurry, don't go with my video because it will take time. Or even if you are listening, put it on that playback speed, because my motto is to deliver the concept fully, not to just give highlights. Highlight is also good for revision purpose. Every method is good, ठीक है, but it depends what's your audience. ठीक है? So anyways, thank you so much. and our next lecture will be either on Preamble of India or on Constituent Assembly. Thank you everyone.